Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. Today is a review video for you. This is the Creator Porsche 911 Creator Expert set sent to us from LEGO. So thanks a lot, LEGO, for sending the set over to us to do a review. We really do appreciate it. And this Creator Expert car line, I think there's only one new really awesome car added to it once a year. So this is a pretty cool and pretty special set to get. It is set number 10295. 1,458 parts, and it's for creator, expert, level, I think ages 18 and up. And this is an interesting one because it is kind of like, it doesn't advertise it that way, but it is a two-in-one set. Right now we are looking at the Targa, but you can also rebuild a portion of it and turn it into the Turbo, which I will do. But first, I want to review the Targa in all of its glory right here. Now, all the major differences between the two different versions of the 911 have mostly to do with the back. So I'm going to go over pretty much all the model details that I can here with the Targa, and then we'll just show you some of the differences. I'll let you know how long it takes also to switch out one version of the model for the next. But we have a very clean set of lines that cuts across the entire model. There's a few newish pieces. Well, there's actually a few new pieces for this model that I haven't seen before, but other ones that I think have been out in sets that I have not personally yet encountered, which are these curved plate pieces. You get a handful of them also in this dark orange for the seats. But yeah, let me actually just start with the front and move my way back. We have a very easily recognizable Porsche detailing in the front. It's a really nice set of connections. I love the stud reversal, especially right underneath here for the bumper. The side lights have a really clean and simple form of construction. Maybe not the most accurate look, but pretty darn excellent. And then you've got the hood, and underneath the hood is actually the roof for the Targa here. I left a couple of the little clips here that are on. They're not supposed to be on there. They actually should be back here, but they always come off every time I take it off. So that's how I'm keeping it right now. So let me add that in just a second, because I think it's a little bit easier and nicer to actually get a look at the inside when you do not have the roof on. So the door opens up in a pretty extreme way, but it helps you get a better look at the inside. You've got the shifter here, which can be moved around, and you've also got the handbrake, if I can actually get my hands in there to do it. There we go. So you can actually move the handbrake up and down. You've got the shifter in the center, and of course the steering wheel. The steering wheel does indeed move the tires. It's a pretty smooth effect here, actually. There's not a lot of friction, not a lot of resistance. It's a pretty nice and easy function, which is something that you definitely come to expect with these types of models. And the detailing, if you can see those prints, pretty nice. That, I believe, is a new print in the center. We're probably going to see more versions of that print popping out in the future. This is the newish version of that standard dial piece that we have, though I don't think I've actually encountered it. I know that this is just going to become the new standard, though. I'm pretty sure that's the new standard print for that dial. Really nice piece, though. The seats move forward. There isn't a lot of easy access to the back seats in the back. This doesn't come off too easily. It's not really supposed to break out, but you do end up breaking this bit out in order to convert the model. And now that we're here, let's check out the roof. As you can guess, it's a pretty easy connection there. Well, if you can get it lined up properly. So let's see if we can get it lined up properly and get those clips to sink into place and apply pressure in a way that I am not currently applying pressure, because look what you do. Alrighty, let's see if we can get these clips to match up. There we go. Took a couple of tries. That's not too bad, though. And there we've got the roof connected positively. Normally these clips are supposed to be connected there, but every time you pull the roof out, the clips want to come along with it. But not a bad looking shape for this model. Not at all. Let's move towards the back now. The Targa has the more narrow wheels that you have and a more narrow wheel well, and out of some of the modular stuff that changes, this back axle, I don't know if you heard that, this back axle can actually come out and you replace it with a slightly wider one to have slightly wider wheels. And I tried to hold it by the roof because of course. So don't handle the model the way I handle the model. Just handle the model like a normal person. All right, let's check out the back now. So we've got this nice set of prints. We've got Targa here, also a print that says Porsche, also a New York license plate that says Psaki. Mike Psaki is the lead, I think, creator, expert designer. So I think he was the one that was really the one putting this model together. And then if I can grab it properly, there we go. We've got a look at the back. This is, I think, your standard engine that you have in the back of a Porsche 911 from this era. I think a box engine. I don't remember the exact layout of what is under here, but this does change up for the turbo because it is a turbocharged Porsche 911 when we switch that up. But once again, the back bumper detailing is just excellent. It really does look so smooth. I love how the stud reversal changes and you have this nice arch brick that curves and matches up with the rest of the wheel well. It's really a slick looking design all the way through for this model. So anyways, this is the Targa. I'm now going to grab this giant bucket of parts. This is everything. So this is not a modular build where I can just easily snap off a few pieces and then you've got the turbo. You really do have to rebuild a significant portion. I put together certain chunks here and there just to kind of play around with it, but you can't just easily pop one thing off and get the other one. You really do have to do quite a bit of, it's actually a bit of the turbo, I think, for the engine. So different wheel pieces. I'm going to now take this apart and build it into the turbo and show you guys the rest of the features. And okay, a magical 40 minutes have now passed and we've rebuilt the model. The process doesn't really care about holding your hand during the thing. I went back and forth, not realizing I hadn't taken off certain little subsections of the Porsche. So there was a few times when I was looking for a piece here or there and then realized, oh, I was supposed to take off a few little tiny chunks by the wheel well, for example. But ultimately pretty painless, but it still takes some time. It's definitely something that I don't think the model makers are necessarily encouraging you to do. The box does not say 2-in-1. It doesn't say, hey, switch this around. It says build one and enjoy your extra pieces. But you can see here, this is, I mean, you wouldn't really be able to recognize it too easily. This extra white plate here adds a stud on either side, which means the wheel is now sticking out by an extra stud on either side of the model. And now it is flush with the larger wells. The turbo has more power and requires a little bit of wider traction for the extra horsepower. I know for certain that the Porsches and some of the high-powered sports cars, especially with the rear-mounted engine, there's so much extra weight here in the back. You were supposed to, accelerate into turns because you could lose control. You could spin out if you weren't doing that properly. The engine has now changed. You can see there's a cover here. I'm not entirely sure every little detail, but you can definitely see the turbo in there, and that is a different setup. It's actually quite different in the back when putting it together. There's a lot of changes here, but that's essentially it. It's this extra tail, which is the real big easy thing to see from far away. It's nice. It's got a lot of heft to it. This is the model that I think I prefer to keep for a longer period of time. I don't see myself revisiting a rebuild of this. I am just going to cannibalize all these extra parts, which is nice. But you get some really cool ones. For the rounded windows, you get a couple of these nice pieces. I'm actually just going to throw a few in the mix, which I'm just sort of happy with getting. We've got different tire colors. You get a bunch of these, the five brick high 2x2 clears, which aren't particularly common anymore. A couple of the extra new 2x6 tiles, things like that. And I did show you this license plate. That's the Psaki New York license plate. I believe this is Japanese. That's the set number. I don't know what the words mean in Japanese here, but it does say 93, so I'm going to guess that's a birth date of one of the designers that worked on the model. That's a guess of mine. So There's now, I think these are the European plates, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, there's probably a nice little message or reference there. They're both the same type of print, and that's the model. So, long story short, aesthetically, it's essentially perfect. The color is white and sort of plain, at least compared to how Creator Expert models generally look, but I think white actually works pretty well for a Porsche. I don't know what is the classic Porsche color. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe somebody who is a little bit more well-versed with like the old school Porsches or something. Maybe somebody else knows a little bit better than I do, but I think it pops quite well in white. I think it's going to contrast really well compared to the other Creator Expert sets. Sorry, the roof has changed. Sorry, there was one thing. The windows and roof have changed a little bit compared to the Turbo and Targa. I just wanted to say that out loud so people didn't think I forgot. I figured you guys could just kind of see all of these details. But in general, yeah, it's pretty much looks like a perfect model. I think functionally it's a pretty solid build, and it's definitely something that fits just in line with the rest of the Creator Expert sets. So let me know what you guys think. I think the most unique version is the fact that you do get to build two slightly different versions, and that LEGO encourages you to basically just build one. I think that is its kind of interesting feature in terms of a LEGO set. And outside of that, it really is just an awesome looking Porsche 911. So anyways, thanks so much to LEGO for sending the set over to us. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoy our content, you can always like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever it is that you want to do. And we'll see you next time at BrickVault.